Welcome, everybody. April 7th, 2021. This is that portion of the show where I ask you to please make sure you are sharing it. Go ahead and drop it in a text message, IM, IG, whatever. Let people know the one and only place to get their Wednesday release information is right here on the Wednesday Comic Book Presser. I am Ultra Maximus. I am humbly here this evening because I'm a freight train. You can't stop me. No brakes on this train. And you can find me at UltraMaximus because I take no L's. Ultra-Maximus X on the Twitter. And you want to follow me there because this giveaway is a big deal. 400, just shy of 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I do want to thank you guys for the assistance along the way. And once we get to 1,000, you guys are going to see some incredible stuff happen. But that's neither here nor there. Because right now we are right here on Flipside. And I want to remind you guys, you are watching the presser, which means spoilers are going to be afoot. Super chat is active. Not required, but I appreciate you guys for doing what you do. And also, let's not forget, here at the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser, the Raw Report top story is how I'm going to open this one. So I want to welcome everybody. Thank you again for joining us. I am very pleased to be here. Oh, look. There we go. Oh, see, look, Thunder. Appreciate you, man. You really did not have to do that so early in the show, but I appreciate you giving me a heads up like that. And yeah, so everybody else, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I see the chat is just absolutely lit up with people tonight. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody also who was watching on Twitch, who else is watching on Facebook, wherever you're at. I really appreciate you guys coming in and tuning into the show. So our top story, besides Thunder dropping that $10 super chat right from the get-go this evening, our top story is how, man, you guys are some of the most ruthless fans. People really have no chill right now. Falcon and Winter Soldier star Sebastian Stan says fans keep trying to activate the Winter Soldier around him. You guys are some silly people. Look, people try to activate me in like the last week too, and they don't understand what restraint is. So, Sebastian Stan, I salute you, sir, for restraining yourself because it's more hard than people like to admit. And yeah. So this is an interesting story because I can only imagine what is going to happen for the rest of time. For Sebastian Stan, and even if he does manage to pick up another role, people are probably going to be reciting the Winter Soldier activation codes just to get a rise out of him. So y'all need to chill. All right? So with that said in mind, let's get into the show, everybody. So again, this is the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. This is the best, most professional review of all comic book releases today. Hosted by the one and only me. But you guys know, it's not about me, it's about the books. So let's talk about it. This week, the book of the week honorable mention that I am giving the releases is the Avengers number 44 connecting variant. We'll talk about this one a little bit later. And yeah, I added it after FOC, but my store got allocated just like a whole bunch of others, and I did not end up with a copy of Berserker number 1, second print. Kind of figured that was going to happen after last week, but they did try to offer me a a Black Cat they got in, but man, they sent the most messed up copy. So even at $30, I couldn't leave a 7.5 copy of Black Cat Adam Hughes variant in my collection. I had to leave it behind. So it is what it is, everybody. But here, let's get rocking and rolling, because first up and foremost, our first publisher is Ablaze, and Ablaze is giving us the Cimmerian Iron Shadows in the Moon. And this is, of course, a Conan story. Here is your cover A. The first one was, of course, your sketch cover. I'm not sure what cover was underneath that sketch cover because I didn't actually get one of these in hand today. But here is your cover B. And your cover C. And then your Fantastic Four 234 swipe, which was your cover D. And if you guys checked out the previous volume of the Cimmerian, it was where they did a couple of Wolverine swipes. It was really, really cool. Cimmerian Iron Shadows 10 copy incentive, and that's your Virgin incentive. And then here's your 20 copy level black and white line art. And then here is your 30 copy negative variant. And then, of course, they went one further. They went and gave you a 40 copy Virgin incentive. And then they gave you a 50 copy black and white incentive. Next up, Absolute Comics Group. Magica number 2, cover A. And then here is your cover B with your holofoil logo. Markiplier number 3 of 4. There's your cover A. And then this was listed as the variant for it. I see a lot of shops that not have this one listed. So it was a fun search to compile the list. And again, this is a solo operation, everybody. I'm the one compiling the list, making sure I got the images, making sure I got the edits. So I appreciate you all coming and tuning into this live while I put in work. Shadow Children number 2. And that's going to round it out for that one. We're going to move on to Aftershock, which gives us Miles to Go number 4. And then Project Patron number 1. Now this one, of course, being an Aftershock number 1, is of course going to grace us with a 15 copy incentive variant. This one was done by Lepresti. Next up, Albatross. And of course, you know that means only a couple of things. Tank Girl being one of the properties. And here you go, everybody. Tank Girl 4 of 5. And then here is your cover B by Staples, which is a cardstock variant. Antarctic Press. Death by Life number 1. Exciting Comics number 9. And there's your cover A. And there's your Exciting Comics cover B. Gold Digger 280. Planet Comics Sketchbook. Now the one-shot Apollo 15 pack. I'm not sure why it shows the black sketch cover, but they're going to show it again because here it is, the Sketchbook one-shot Black Hole edition, and then the Red Giant edition, and then the White Star edition. Interesting. Next up, we got Archie. World of Archie, Jumbo Comics Digest number 108. Artists, Writers, and Artisans. Casual Fling. And then Resistance Uprising, cover A by Raza. Cover B by Diodato Jr. Bad Idea, giving us a couple more bad ideas with ENIAC number 2. And Tankard number 1. Black Mask. Space Riders, Vortex of Darkness number 3. Black Box Comics. Devil's Dominion number 3. And there's your cover A. But there was also a 10 copy incentive variant. And look at that. That's some wild looking stuff. Shino Cage, number 3. There's your main cover, and then here is your 10-copy incentive. And JJ, I believe we are the artisans reading the artist, writers, and artisans trifecta. Heavy metal. Chasing the Dragon. Yeah, it's not the same Chasing the Dragon that my Train Spotting fans would probably know. But Chasing the Dragon, number 2 of 5, cover A. And then here is your 10-copy incentive by Dunbar. The Rides, number 1 of 6. That's going to do it for heavy metal. Up next is going to give us Hero Tomorrow Comics. And they give us Bloom, number 1 of a 4-issue miniseries. And here's your cover A. Next up is your cover B with a dance party. And then here is your 5-copy free incentive cover. Snakes. Snakes everywhere. On planes, in private groups. It's cool. I watched that Rick and Morty episode. I don't know how to deal with the snakes. Just gonna let them time travel themselves out of existence. Keenser and Company. Knights of the Dinner Table, number 281. And honestly, Cosmic One, I don't know. I really don't know. All right, everybody. So next up, we got Mad Cave, which delivers issue 2 of Nottingham. And yeah, so Nottingham definitely on people's radar now. I wonder how that issue's doing. I was not able to pick up a copy. Oni Press. Agritsuko, Meet Her World, number 1, cover A. And then here's your cover B. Rick and Morty, Worlds Apart, number 3. Here's your cover A. And there is your Matrixy cover B. Scout Comics. The Impure. Issue number 1. And Sam and His Talking Gun, issue number 2. I didn't see any variants for those listed. However, I know it's very strange to have some of these indies, like you have to go track down the information on them. Scoot gave us the Create a Comic number 1. Titan Comics. Blade Runner 2029, cover A by Momoko. Cover B by me. Cover C by Mitten. Your cover D is Cosplay. I don't know why cover C appeared there twice. Snoopy Come Home. Snoopy Come Home. Vault Comics. Engine Ward number 9, cover A. There's your cover B by Hickman. Hollow Heart, number 2. There's your cover A. And then here is your cover B by Hickman. Vampire the Masquerade, issue number 7. Zenoscope, giving us Tales of Terror quarterly. And here is your cover A. Tales of Terror quarterly, your cover B. Tales of Terror quarterly, cover C. Boom Studios. Laysai. Well, it was nice to chase you, but I think I've given up that chase already. That Berserker number 1 second print foil cover, but issue number 1's third print is also allocated to 10,000. And I asked the store if I could get a copy. They said, you know what, everybody's asking for copies now that we FOC'd it. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of pointless. Even if you were down for FOC, you'd be lucky to get it because of the allocation. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, number 24. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, cover B for issue 24. And then there's a 25 copy incentive by Lopez. There's your cover C, which is a yearbook variant. Last Witch, number 4. There's your cover A. Here is your cover B by Corona. And then here is your 25 copy incentive, black and white version of the Corona book. Now, this one is the Magic Pack. So this one had 4 books in it. One of it is a Mirka and Dolfo variant. I have since seen the covers. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to update the slides, but here is your cover A for Magic the Gathering. And then here's your cover B with Hidden Planeswalker. And your cover C blank sketch variant. There's your 25 copy incentive. Your 50 copy incentive. And then your 100 copy virgin incentive. Now there was also the 200 copy incentive, and then there was the unlockable variant, which I assume this was the one per store. If there was any other one per stores or any other of these variants, I didn't see them on the shelves at my LCS. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you found, and let me know what you think of some of the books that have been on the list so far this week. Origins, number 6 of 6. There's your cover A. And then I didn't see the cover art for this one either. I was going to have to go hunting for it, but I ran out of time trying to prep the rest of the show because you guys want to stay tuned because this is going to get insane. Origins, number 6, 10 copy incentive. 7 Secrets, number 7. There's your cover A. It's your main cover. There's your cover B by Bengal. There's your 10 copy incentive by Mercado. There's your 25 copy incentive by Mercado. And then here is your unlockable, aka one per store variant. Shout out to Sparks Comics in the chat. He says the Mirka and Dolfo's variant cover was awesome, so I'm going to have to take a closer look at it. It looked like it was all right. And then, so yeah, Ross talked about the allocations for the second print last night on my interview with him. I saw it come up, man. I haven't been able to watch it. But from what my understanding is, they go to FOC after they've been printed. So he tries to make an estimate, and it's sometimes wrong, and that breaks. Next up, we got Dark Horse, and then we've got Beasts of Burden, Occupied Territory number 1, cover A. And then you got a cover B, which if anybody has a dog, that's crazy. Dead Dog's Bite number 2. Dead Dog's Bite number 2's cover B by Hickson. Fear Case number 3. And there must be the case of fear itself. Fear Case number 3 of 4. There's your cover B. God of War, Fallen God. And it seems issue number 1 is doing really well on the secondary market. Overwatch, Tracer, London Calling, number 5 of 5. So for you Overwatch Tracer fans, for you guys still playing the games, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think of this book, because we're really interested to see what's going on there. Cover B by Sanford Green. And some of the earlier issues, of course, have Babs Tarr covers, which were pretty cool. Dynamite. Giving us another James Bond issue, Agent of Spectre. There's your premium variant. Your Phillips Virgin incentive, that's your 10 copy. There's your 11 copy Phillips Tint FOC variant. Your 15 copy Phillips Virgin Tint Blue variant. Your 20 copy Black and White incentive. Your 25 copy Virgin Black and White incentive. And then we have Sonya Versal, number 3. There's your cover A. Your cover B. Your cover C, your cover D, your cover E, your cover F, your cover G, your cover H, and then we get into all the different variations of those different. So, yeah, they went to H on different covers, which is wild. Here is your black and white premium virgin variant and your Robson black and white incentive. That was your 10 copy. Here's your 11 copy, your 15 copy, 20 copy J. Lee, 20 copy Linsner, 25 copy Henderson Virgin, 25 copy Moss Virgin, 25 copy Walsh Virgin, and then the 30 copy Henderson Black and White Incentive, 35 copy Cosplay Virgin, 50 copy Black and White, and then 7 copy Robson Virgin FOC Incentive. Vampirilla and the Dark Powers, number 4. There's your Lee Limited Virgin cover. Linsner Limited Virgin cover. That is the Yoon. And then here is your Oliver graded cover, your Perillo graded cover. That's going to round it out. IDW Entertainment giving us more of the... Who is taking all these pictures of Captain Marvel and Spider-Gwen? I'm sorry, Ghost Spider. But the second one is no doubt. It is, of course, Spider-Gwen taking that selfie. That's a hit with the youngins. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 3. And then, of course, Star Wars giving us a 10-copy incentive. Lots of people saying that the High Republic Adventures is better than the High Republic. Crazy to think. Transformers 84, Legends and Rumors, 100-page giant. And that is a collected edition of the Transformers 84 story, as well as the Transformers Secrets and Lies. So, yeah, it's a good read for all you guys. Want 100 pages to read right through. But Transformers Beast Wars number 3, cover A by Josh Burcham on the pile. That one's in the read pile. Transformers Beast Wars number 3, 10-copy incentive by Josh Perez. And let's just show something. The good, no matter how small, compared to evil, will always overcome. But it just makes it easier when the evil is tiny, right? Image. Bliss number 1. I don't know if that's intentionally meant to look like somebody who graces the halls of government, but okay. Commanders in Crisis number 7 of 12. That's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Here is your cover C. Here is your cover D. And then we go into the Deep Beyond. Here's your cover A. And there was only 2 copies of this on the shelf. Both of them had real bad spine breaks, so I'm on the hunt for a clean one. And there is your cover C. Your cover D. And your cover E. And then there is your black and white Virgin variant. Firepower by Kirkman and Samney is giving us issue number 10. And then Geiger number 1, which has already gone second print. Here's your cover A. There is your cover B. Here is your cover C. And is it me, or does this look like a homage to Union number 1? You got sticks like Union did. You guys remember that? Throwback to the 90s. Geiger, cover D, blank sketch variant. Then we've got Ink Blot, number 7. Noctera, number 2. And then here's your cover B by Henry Rodriguez. And then cover C by Tyler Kirkham. I'm sorry, cover B was by Henry N. Rodriguez. And then Nocterra cover C, which is your 25 copy incentive by Tony Daniel. Nocterra's cover D is your 50 copy incentive. And yeah, Sparks is right. That surprise cover C for Nocterra sure was nice. And it was a whole bunch more of them than it was for the secret variant of cover A. But it was nice to have a secret variant for cover C this week for sure. But they didn't give us any other incentives on it. So all the incentives, of course, as you see, were all Tony Daniel artwork. So here's your 1 in 100. And then next up, we got Savage Dragon number 258 with your classic look. And then your throwback retro trade dress. The silver coin number 1. Chip Zdarsky, of course. And then Lotte giving us the silver coins number 1 cover B. And then cover C. And then we've got Walking Dead Deluxe number 12 cover A. And then cover B by Moore. DC Comics, they dropped a Batman 106 second print. And here we go again with him standing on the gargoyle. It doesn't matter who's doing the artwork. Is this considered a Batman 608 second print homage? You let me know. Leave me a comment below. And that is not Geiger number 1. Geez, I'm going to fire myself again. Batman 107. Batman 107's cover B by Francisco Mattina. Batman's 107 cover C, Riccardo Federici variant, which is the 1 in 25 incentive of the Scarecrow. Crime Syndicate number 2. And it also had a cover B by Tyler Kirkham. Dreaming Waking Hours number 9. Far Sector number 11. Almost over, and they gave us issue in 11's variant is a Merca and Dolfo variant. Green Lantern number 1, there's your cover A by Bernard Chang. Cover B by Brian Hitch. And then we had the Malieve variant, 1 in 25 incentive. This had a hefty price at my LCS today. Joker, Harley, Criminal Insanity, number 8. There is your cover A by Francisco Mattina. And then here is your Badawer variant. Man Bat, number 3 of 5. The solo cover. Next, Batman, Second Son, number 1 of 4. And this is a very interesting book if you paid attention to the books that were on FOC. Issue number 2 has got some very interesting things. So I want to know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if that new suit debuted in this book. That's what inquiring minds want to know. Next, Batman, Second Son. Here's your cover B. And then the sensational Wonder Woman. There's your cover A. And then the Swabby variant right here for sensational Wonder Woman number 2 with Artemis. Suicide Squad number 2, cover A. And then there's your cover B. Perel cardstock variant. Nice Talon. Swamp Thing number 2. And then the cover B was, of course, the Francisco Mattina cardstock variant. And then we're about to round up the new releases, which means the presser is just getting warmed up, everybody. We're into Marvel. Marvel Comics gives us Amazing Spider-Man number 63. Your Heroes Reborn variant. And then your design variant. America Chavez, Made in the USA, number 2 of 5. And there's your Bengal variant cover. Avengers number 43, your second printing, which I don't know why this one's second print, but there is a Wolverine with some flame claws fighting a Phoenix-eyed Black Panther. But none of that really matters because they reveal who the new Phoenix is in issue number 44. Avengers number 44 also offered us this Peach Momoko variant, which they said, hey, if you really want to spend a lot of money, we've got a virgin incentive here for you. But the book to probably get of this bunch is probably this one right here, the Weaver Connecting variant, which I thought they were going to play us, but they ended up not. And then, of course, they gave us the design variant, which was just not as good. Avengers Mech Strike, number 3 of 5. And then Captain America standing in front of an Optimus Prime Captain America hybrid homage by David Nakayama. Oh, that's a mech suit. Conan the Barbarian. And then Conan the Barbarian with a Dan Panosian variant. Good stuff there. Demon Days X-Men number 1, second printing Momoko variant. And then, of course, they tried to help the orders out as much as possible by helping bump them with a Jeff Scott Campbell second print sketch variant. Excalibur number 20 offering us a follow-up to the Quanon versus Psylocke story, or Quanon versus Betsy story. Immortal Hulk number 45. Interesting looking Hulk cover. And then the Bennett homage variant. And then the Liefeld Deadpool 30th anniversary variant. There's the Pacheco Heroes Reborn variant too. King in Black number 5. King in Black number 5, the tattoo variant. There's your Sandoval Dragon variant. Your Booth Wraparound variant. Your Stegman Spoiler variant. King in Black number 5 also gave us a Scotty Young variant. Oh, wait, there's more. They give us the U Connecting variant, which shows Silver Surfer in 4. And then, of course, the 1 in 500 Ryan Stegman sketch black and white incentive variant. So shout out if your shop ordered 500 copies to get this bad boy here. But then, of course, we got King in Black Planet of the Symbiotes number 3 of 3, giving us some very interesting things happening for Cloak, and his darkness is part of the Null Network. Marauders number 19, and of course, Marauders number 19 also dropped this one right here by Finch, which kind of looks like it's doing well as far as selling out on eBay. Got some auctions up right now, though. Taking a look at that one. Runaways number 35. And then Squadron Supreme Marvel Tales number 1, which also dropped a 1 in 50 Virgin incentive. And some stores didn't even have this listed as available because they weren't ordering anywhere near that amount of copies. Star Wars High Republic number 4. And then this one graced us with 2 variants. So we had the Bustos variant. And then we had the U variant, which LCS's had about $40 price tag on that one. And then Venom number 34, King in Black. Here's the Superlog Venom Thing variant. The Stegman variant. And then the Stegman black and white sketch variant. Woo! So this is the last book, everybody. This is the last book by Marvel up this week. So we're going to move on and journey into Other Parts Unknown. And what's that mean? That means we just need to talk about, I need to give a shout out and thank you for my previous giveaways by Wana Comics. I'm working on obtaining some copies of some books from them for more future giveaways. You want to also pay attention to the Ultra Box, because the Ultra Box giveaway is going to rival that of my buddies over there at Drunken Chat, because, of course, supposedly I got some 9.8 slabs that were being donated and some other books, but there's some really good stuff going in that Ultra Box. So you're going to want to stay tuned to that. And shout out to the Wana Comics for their exclusives. I know Haha number 4 is going on sale soon, so you're going to want to bookmark this page, everybody. And then be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the Wednesday Night Presser. I honestly would appreciate any feedback I can get, mostly from you guys in the live chat. I know that you guys love me and appreciate me. But anybody who's watching this one on the rewind, the corporate overlords who I am unfortunately beholden to said something about, what about moving to a different night? I don't know how you guys feel about that. It would totally change the name of the show, first off and foremost. But let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below about doing it on a different night, and if there's other things you would like to see me incorporate into the show. But on that note, we're going to move on. We're going to change gears once again. And again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And again, in other news became the Raw Report update. So let's get into this Raw Report update. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? I don't know if you are all ready for that amazing thing that is Baron Zemo. Release the Zemo cut, everybody. So not only are you guys savages when it comes to trying to activate the Winter Soldier, but apparently David Brohl is a savage on the dance floor, and there's nobody that can touch him. But everything that I am seeing thus far, watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, has absolutely delivered. And there's a lot to unpack. And yeah, there's a lot going on in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So the power broker, we don't know who that is yet, but we have suspicions that it might be Sharon herself. She might actually be the power broker. And she might, either that or she's working for the power broker. But there's a lot of stuff. Madripoor was wicked. There was a lot of stuff going on left and right, people being mentioned. So I'm anxious to see the next episode. So you guys know that I kind of operate on that Hawaiian time, so I can watch Falcon and Winter Soldier during the week without too much pressure and try to take them dad naps. But man, like I was saying, there's a lot of good stuff going on in this show. Falcon and Winter Soldier brings Madripoor to life. And for all of my X fans out there that know about what Madripoor means, they even made a mention of the bar that Patch, frequents at. So a lot of hype behind this. But I still want to point out that Mephisto has yet to make his appearance. Okay, everybody? Shout out to Newbie Comics on that one. So the next thing up I want to talk about, this is huge. Loki. So we got graced with over a 2-minute trailer this week. I thought it was amazing, fantastic, phenomenal. Revealed a lot about where they're going to go with the story. And I know everybody started freaking out when they saw a female Loki, but I want to point out it is indeed, in that one picture, it's not him talking to Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. It is indeed him talking to a female Loki. However, it's not the same as him occupying a female Loki's body like he did in that Thor #5. It's more along the lines of him being an actual female version of Loki from the multiverse. So with that said, I would tell you guys there's probably some other books to look at. A-Force #1. Pardon me. But if you hear that spec said somewhere else, I know that some of you guys are going to know where you heard it first. But Loki is getting to be very impressive. And don't forget, this all starts streaming June 11th. No, and I'm not saying start specking on any alternate version of him. I'm just saying that there is a very, very prominent female version of that character. But but anyway, mark your calendars, June 11th. So after we get done going through the wonders that is Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're going to give us all the goodness that is the God of Mischief's time has come in the official Loki trailer, of course, here. Go see it on Disney Plus. And of course, all this information is taken from Marvel.com for the latest and greatest information that they offer. And this just in. Moon Knight's new mission, Justice. So Marvel's Batman is going to be up to a lot in these very, very oddly Finch homaging new #1. And they're going to be debuting that new #1 here on sale, looks like in July. So be sure to bookmark that one there also on Marvel.com for all the latest information related to that. And then, making sure that I spread the news around. Suicide Squad. So I hope you also, besides all the awesome Marvel trailers, I hope you also got a hold of the Suicide Squad trailers. Because John Cena delivers a line of lines that is probably going to be repeated by a bunch of 12-year-old kids who get to see this movie with, their 18-year-old uncles. So it's going to be a little bit of a wild time for some of you parents coming up after your kids see Suicide Squad, but make sure you see it first so you know how to counteract a beach full of phalluses. You heard me say it right. But you know what? DC's little presser dropped a whole bunch of these posters. So for all of my movie poster chasers, you guys are going to love these. So here's your main poster, right? So you got your main poster with all the Suicide Squad on it. And then they dropped all of these with individual character posters. So I think CGC is grading posters now. I'm not 100% sure on it, but if they are, wow. So some of these are not bad. The Harley and the Peacemaker are pretty dope. I might have got some people on here twice just on accident, but King Shark also looks pretty amazing if you ask me. Hand. See, I can recite lines from the new Suicide Squad. I haven't even seen the movie. It's really easy. All right, so this is an interesting question. Notice that it's in the shape of a star. Starospec? If you watch the second trailer, you would be on point. Let me just say that. I mean, that's an on point statement, and you should definitely go rewatch that second trailer because it's definitely got a lot of goods in it. All right, everybody. So what time is it? I don't know. What time is it? You guys are about to enter my brain. So this is the speculation matrix, and in this speculation matrix, I give you a breakdown of a couple of things. First off and foremost, this week's recommended reads that you read. Did you read that last part right, or should we read it again? Was obviously changed. Spoilers ahead, everybody, because again, I asked you to stand by because this is now the Raw Report read pile. And what I'm going to start doing on the read pile, and in order to give a very good book report of the best professional journalism I can provide you, the viewer, I would really like to give some of these books an opportunity to put out a full story arc. I'm going to start putting things in the read pile. I'm going to start pulling books that I've already, obviously collected and haven't read, and stuff that I haven't had an opportunity to read, honestly. And I'm going to put them in this read pile. And then furthermore, going forward, not only will I be reviewing new release books in the read pile, I'll also be reviewing previous ones that have completed a complete story arc to give you a fair review. None of this, half-cocked, I didn't like one issue. Well, was it all set up? Yeah, it was all set up. Okay, how's the second issue? Second issue was great. Unfolded a lot of story, but you didn't like the first issue, but the second issue was great. Trust me when I say this. They're all writing for 5-issue arcs. And if they're not writing for 5-issue arcs, it's a one-shot. And if it's a one-shot, you don't need this anyway. But I look forward to being able to provide you guys with a lot of things. Not only do I like to wear a good tie that is definitely for sure, ain't no clip-ons here, everybody, because the clip-ons are for the week. I am, again, just trying to up the game because that's what needs to happen, everybody. We need to up our game in the comic book community, provide the best content we possibly can. And shout out to everybody in the chat who has a channel. If I haven't subscribed to you, maybe you should let me know who I subscribe to. So why don't you say subscribe to me in the live chat if you have a channel. And when I get a chance to, I will go and click on that link and I'll subscribe back to you because you all are going to push me over the edge here. But let's talk about this book here today, everybody. So in the read pile, I'm going to go back and I'm going to reread the whole entire thing. But I've already read them, so we can discuss it. Issue 39 introduces us the origin of the old Phoenix and how she came to be Thor's mother. Thor's mother is the original Phoenix 1 million BC. So Thor's mother is a human possessed by the Phoenix Force with telekinetic and telepathic powers, very much a mutant. So that makes Thor a mutant. I don't know if Marvel was really thinking this one through. However, I guess that's the reason why there was a couple of things said. Now, there was one major thing said that Thor is her only child. So Angela, and my hope, honestly, and everybody who follows this channel, follows my shows on my channel, follows my spec, I was hoping they were going to pull, a complete Made You Look with this one, like they did with Ross Solomon, not being Thor, even though they led everybody to believe that she was going to be the Lady Thor. I was really hoping it was going to be Angela, because she's powerful enough. Echo, and come on. So this right here, all right, so we've got, the Daredevil number 9 and Daredevil number 10, which is the first appearance of Echo, which has been moving. But has it been moving falsely off the spec that she was going to show up in Falcon and Winter Soldier? And was, in reality, I think she was moving copies of her first appearance because she's going to end up being the Phoenix. But I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things where it's going to teeter down. Underwhelming, but a lot of people were looking for this connecting variant today. I actually had to find one that somebody buried underneath the stack. So I found one. So that was a really good read, though. But the whole fact that there is no additional children was definitely an interesting thing that they purposefully put in there. And comics, Stick Boy has got not all offspring of mutants gain abilities, but you know what? He's a male, so he passes on the gene. So Thor's children could in fact be mutants. Mutant gods. Could you imagine that? All right, well, I guess it's kind of like what Hercules is, right? But anyway, she's going to be in Hawkeye is what Joe's saying. And you know what? I've heard that too. I've heard that she's going to be showing up in all these Disney Plus shows. We'll have to see. And let's see if her actually, getting the Phoenix Force in this issue here is something that they're doing to try to propel her to prominence. But she's not really an A-list character, even though there are some people trying to promote her out there and pump. Let's just be honest. There are people trying to pump her up to be that. But we'll see if she can make it. This was my other read of the day. Now, I do want to give a very, very big report on Noctera because this book looks to be very promising. I like the premise. So the premise starts out in issue 1 where the sun has gone out. And then in issue 2, we start to see a little bit more of the monsters. We start to see a little bit more of what exactly is going on in here. And then it gets really, really weird and wild. So I'm looking forward to issue number 3 and then 4 and then issue 5. So look forward to this one being back in the read pile as far as a full review of the first story arc. So let me know what you think about the read pile, everybody, because you guys know what that leads to be. More of that. So please stand by because we're not done yet. This, of course, is the Wednesday Night Presser. I am, of course, your wonderful, humble host, the most professional man in comic book journalism, and also one with integrity who, really tries very hard not to confuse the lines between promotion and speculation. So remember that, because there's some people out there trying to sell you snake oil, and I'm not here to do that. But I will tell you this. I like these books, but just because I like these books does not mean they're going to gain value or anything of the sort. But just follow along with me, because these are the reasons why I like this. First one up, and yeah, it's not any of the high ratio incentives. It's just the cover D with the trade dress. I like this book because of the swipe. Project Patron number 1, 15 copy Lepresti incentive. Yeah, I still have issues with this, but it's on here because obviously the spec value is there. Same goes with Magic the Gathering. Now, cover A, probably going to be a pretty good one, but you also want to be seeing if any stores probably not have it, but if there's anybody who has the ash can for you, probably a good pickup. Now, the 200 copy incentive being one of the higher ratios obviously is going to be a good pickup if these characters do have long term. I'm hoping they do, because apparently they're all brand new characters. Now, the one per store, due to the numbers themselves, that's probably going to be the sweet spot and where you want to be. Kind of like that one per store for Berserker number 1. And again, Marvel Action, all of these Marvel Action titles are probably some of the best all ages books, some of the better stories currently written. They're fun. And don't you guys miss when comic books were more fun instead of drama? Because they're putting a lot more drama into these adult books, because apparently we as adults feed off of drama. It's like fuel. But that selfie variant's pretty tight. And then, of course, Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 3. There's your 10-copy incentive. Supposedly lots of first appearances in there. And so Beast Wars is a miniseries, right? And there's been a lot of speculation that the new movie that they're currently developing is going to be Beast Wars. I'm anxious to see what actually happens, but they've already casted humans, like I talked about last week. So with the casting of humans, if that person is not playing a stop-motion transformer, then we're going to be looking at the continuation to the Michael Bay universe. And you know what? Let him just bring Unicron on, have him blow up Earth, and then have him get back to Cybertron, and then let's get some futuristic stories going if that's going to be the case. If not, scrub the whole thing. Start off with Beast Wars. Bumblebee be the end cap of the Bayverse. That's coming from the heart of a very deep Transformers fan. Speaking of deep, Deep Beyond, cover 3 by Mirka and Dolfo. And of course, you guys know I have a kryptonite about this cover, but I like this cover because of the polarity it shows. The matching mismatched shirt and pants on each one of them. Of course, one of them has short hair, the other one has long. Both of them sharing tattoos on the opposite arms. I think this is really cool. And this one, I'm probably going to throw in the read pile once they get to issue 5. And of course, like Sparks recommendations, and shout out to Sparks Comics. Make sure you are, of course, following his channel. Make sure, of course, you're following Spine Ticks as well. Great guys over there, and of course, helping me get my rookie numbers pumped. The Noctera number 2 cover C surprise variant, however, is good stuff. 50 copy incentive, obviously good stuff, and then of course 100 copy incentive. High ratio incentives on high desired image books always tend to do well. I think a lot of stores actually missed this one, this Batman 106 second print. Maybe not, but I know they kind of like that one on FOC, so maybe. You know, there's a love-hate relationship with this one. I wish it was a color variant, but I am enjoying the intense pencils that are being drawn here. Artistically, it's great. Really is. Far Sector, and I have both covers on here because I picked them both because they are obviously, you need to pick them up. It's a 12-issue series, and she's being evolved into mainstream Green Lanterndom here soon. So the 25 copy incentive for Green Lantern number 1, of course. Sensational Wonder Woman's Swabby variant. Lots of DC on this pick, right? I know, guys. Believe me. Surprised me, too. I don't know if it's just me, but I think DC is kind of up their game since Future State. So I like this cardstock variant. And then, of course, the Matina cardstock variant. So it's a 2 of a 10-issue miniseries. So if I know it's a limited miniseries of 10 issues, I'm probably going to give it all 10. And then see how it does. And then, of course, this one, probably, if she's long-term with the Phoenix, which I really do hope they eventually, in Thor, give it to Angela, which would be amazing. But this one may have legs. I don't know. But we'll see how long Echo keeps the Phoenix Force. All right, everybody. And then here comes the fun one. So as we finish out the show, I do want to give, again, a final shout-out to everybody in the chat. You guys mean the world to me. You really do. No matter where I'm broadcasting at, you guys always seem to give me love. So, Ghosts of Monday, the FOC review. We're gonna blow some minds here. So, the purpose of this section and segment of the program is to remind you of all the stuff you may have missed on FOC. And what this is basically my shout out to the speculators. So I'm not really trying to promote these books before final order cutoff, because for all my speculators who did their homework and did their FOC right, they've already got these on order. For everybody else, these are the books that you may be contending with other people over. So you may want to send that email to your shop as soon as possible. So here we go, everybody. Let's take a look at this. I am absolutely calling it. Teen Titans Academy number 2 is going to tell us that Dick Grayson was the original Red X. And Dick Grayson handing the Red X mask to somebody in jail doesn't necessarily mean that that person was Red X before. So everybody, get ready. And of course, my Mirka Andolfo fascination never seems to be lacking in new books because she's putting out new books here, there, everywhere. Here's your Ruby Justice League #1. And of course, that one was available in digital format last week. And then, of course, the Robin #1 Federici variant. Be sure to reserve this copy right away. And again, DC spec is long-term spec, but this is good spec because it is a good character. Oh, look, see, shout out to my Spine Ticks buddies. Good to see you, man. What's happening? I know you were on a stream earlier, so that was cool. And then Insider. No, they've been doing those for a minute where they're variant covers, I think, my man. And that was the Rose cover, I think, right? But anyway, back to these books. I really like this Robin wraparound. I think this wraparound is going to be one of the better ones, of course, with the new live wire in there, with the the new Deadpool derivative character. I think it's going to be good stuff. And then, of course, Batman 108's 1 in 25 with the Miracle Molly Cybernetic Eye Federici drawing. That's her first full cover. Nightwing #78. And again, you guys, last week, Nightwing actually, I went back to the store and I found some 78 still on the shelf there. So first appearances to be had in 78, 79, and 80, according to the comic book community friends. And for all my Harley Quinn, Daddy's Little Monster lovers, here's one of my guilty pleasure books. So this is Mirka Andolfo's Unsacred. This is the story about a devil who marries an angel. And this one right here is the 30 copy negative space variant. But you know what? If that one's too hard for you to find, I give you the 1 in 10. And then if they're not ordering any of the incentives, well, good thing Cover A's got you covered. So these all should be readily available for you guys. But I have a feeling long term that might be a good book. And honestly, read it. Mirka Andolfo's Unsacred, the 2 volumes that are out are pretty hilarious. I think they would make a great animated story. And she's about to break mainstream on you guys with her other animated Sweet Paprika, which she's doing a comic book for as well. So Mirka Andolfo, make sure you are following her on every location she does artwork on. So this one's wild. This is a 250 copy glass incentive variant. Black glass. Artwork by Jeff DeCall. And it's on a Valiant book. So I don't know how many of these are going to make it. I really don't know how many of these are going to make it into production, but we'll see. So Jen Bartel's 25 copy incentive, of course, for Abbott 1973, #4. Good stuff. And of course, Jenny Frisian giving you a cover B. And I love this one with the color because really, and I don't know if anybody else has caught me talking about this book in other places, but seriously, the black and white version is that artwork. If you hang it in your house, no matter where you are in the room, it'll always look like the eyes are looking at you. It's crazy. Magic the Gathering is going to be getting a second printing that just went FOC before the first printing even dropped. So you know how that goes. And the most cyberpunk thing Cyberpunk could do is make a crappy game, but put out an excellent comic book. So they gave us a second volume, and here is Cyberpunk 2077. You Have My Word, #1 of a 4-issue miniseries. There is a cover B that did not have artwork available yet. So it's going to be interesting to see when they don't have artwork available for FOC. Department of Truth. Then now we've got Scotty Young throwing his hat into the ring for issue #8. Raza giving us an incentive on Black Widow with her just, of course, doing her Black Widow thing. And then, of course, there's a design variant on this one, too. And I want to give a shout out to Drew from Wanted Comics who hit me up. He said, "Hey, man, you ordered this, right?" I replied to him, "Yes, of course I pre-ordered this one because, oh my God, there's going to be a ton of people who missed this."
Savage Avengers number 20. This was an open order variant, but it is past FOC. My God. Spider-Man and Conan has a symbiote-powered sword. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I guess we're going to have to wait until Savage Avengers number 20 to find out that one. And I feel really bad. So, Flipside CEO, if you ever say something about an artist that you can't unsee, you know, like that glass-breaking moment where I kind of said that there was a couple of artists that draw their heads a little bit disproportionately, but I got to give props to Mayor on this one. He definitely improved it. So, Dino, my apologies for the glass breaking. I didn't mean to ruin Shannon Mayer for you, but he definitely killed it on this cover right here. So this is your 50 copy incentive on Firefly number 28. So good luck. If you guys see all these books on here, if they are incentives, just remember all that was ordered is all that there will be. So make sure that you guys are paying attention to next week's episode of the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. Right now we are on Tales from the Flip Side, so make sure you are subscribed to that. I am Ultra Maximus, and again, you guys are joining me on a journey to 1,000 subscribers, and I definitely need to update this slide. I have the other one updated. I don't know why I didn't update this one, but this is where I dropped the Raw Report, and of course, on the Raw Report, that is going to be an exceptional thing that I do, and you want to follow me on IG and Facebook, and of course on Twitter because of this. This Ultra Box giveaway is because I want to reward you guys for rewarding me with subscribers. And that is by giving you some of the sickest books from my own personal collection, as well as a combination of other ones donated from some retailers and some other people who just said, hey, Ultra, I love your content. Where's Bilbo at? Bilbo in the chat. If you are out in the chat tonight or you're watching this on Rewind, Bilbo Hauser donated one of those Miles Duncan books, store variant exclusive. You only gave me one copy, so I don't even get to keep one for myself, everybody. But that's going on to you. And make sure you, of course, are subscribed over to Mighty Mel V. Make sure you are following over there for Drunken Chat on Friday nights, because, oh my God, if you don't know, I dropped the Raw Report variant edition over there. So, again, I want to give the honorable mention to one of the best retailers in the business, and you guys want to get your bookmarks ready, because the onslaught for Haha number 4 and the cover we revealed last week on Drunken Chat will be on. You want to get over there. Make sure you, of course, are liking this video, sharing the video, and leaving a comment below. And if you aren't subscribed, you need to be. You need to also make sure you are clicking that notification bell so you get notifications when we go live. Shout out to my buddy Herd S. Eric on IG for the Ultra Maximus logo and some other logo work that you may find in my presentations. Soundtrack is provided, as always, by White Bat Audio. And what this means, I kept it about an hour like I always like to do. So I am a savage, everybody, but you know what? I'm only a savage when pushed. And keep pushing me in the right direction, not the wrong one, and I will reward you with wondrous content. And for those over the past couple of days trying to pressure me into believing things just because you couldn't make your case, I will not be bullied. I will not be bullied into being called a bully just because you couldn't make your case. You know who you are. And sadly, I will not be joining some of the other people on some of these other shows, but you guys know where to find me. I love you all in the chat. I appreciate you all, and I will look forward to seeing you all next week. Make sure to tune in for all the greatness. See you next time.